Chapter 4, Lesson 3 is application problems involving percents. Commission is money paid to a person or company for making a sale. Let's say you sell your house for $50,000 and the real estate agent makes 3% of that. You would have 50,000 times 3%, which is 0.03, and that real estate agent would make $1,500. Our first example, Mr. Cortez earns a base salary of $26,000. So that's how much money he gets paid. Plus, he gets 5% of everything that he sells. His total sales for 1 year were $300,000. So 0.05 times $300,000 is $15,000. So he gets its base $26,000 and then another $15,000 for sales, for commission on sales. So he gets $41,000 altogether. Number 2, Betty works at Denoyer Chevrolet. She earns 8% on each car that she sells. So she sold a car for $23,500 and she earns 8%. So she made $1,880. Number 3 is a little bit different. Bill earns 16% commission on each boat that he sells. So he sold some boat. We don't know how much it cost, and he earned $320. So if we do 320 divided by 0.16, he sold a $2,000 boat. Number 4, telemarketer earns $350 per week plus 12% on her sales for the week. This is her total pay. So that's how much she got in her paycheck. So we need to figure out what her sales were. 12% of her sales is 0.12W, and that equals $462.80. So we have 0.12W equals $112.80. And then when you divide both sides by 0.12, you have her wages for the week. Her sales for the week then were $940. Number 5, Sam sells houses. He earns 3.5% on each house, so 0.035. His commission for the house was $4,549.97. So we want to know how much the house sold for. And so he ended up with that much money, 4,549.97 divided by 0.035. That house was $129,000, $129,999.14. Sally works for Amway. She makes $12,000 each year. That's her base salary. And then she also makes 12% of her sales, 0.125. Her sales for the year, this is not how much money she made, that's the sales for the year. So we will multiply that by 235,000 And that is how much money she made. And she would make $41,375. Sales tax is percent of an item's cost or bill, and tip is money added to the bill for service. So first thing we want to know is the final price of a shirt. That's $29.50. 6% sales tax. So $29.50 times 1.06, or times 0.06. That is $1.77 in tax, and then $29.50 plus $1.77 is $31.27. Number 8, Mary's family went out to dinner on the border, and the bill came to $67.95. They left $13.59 for a tip, so $13.59 divided by $67.95 is 0.2, so they left a 20% tip. Number 9, California has the highest sales tax in the U.S. If you bought a sweatshirt that was $25.99, but after taxes your total is $28.52, take $28.52 and subtract the $25.99, and you have paid $2.53 in taxes. And if you divide that by $25.99, you end up with 0.097. So I would say your sales tax is 9.7%. Including a 15% tip, the total bill at the Rainbow Grill was $25.25. So you have your bill, I'm going to call that B, and then you have another 15% of that bill, which is $25.28. Adding those together, you get 1.15B equals $25.28. So your bill was originally $21.98. Number 11, find the tax on shoes. That cost $68.50. The tax is 8%. So you will pay $5.48 in tax. And last, including an 18% tip, the total bill at Vitale's is $43.07. So you have your bill plus another 18% of your bill, and that is $43.07. And $43.07 divided by 1.18 is $36.50. And maybe I should do the 1.18B equals $43.07.